feels like he's got something to prove.
Yeah, I would think so from a veteran standpoint when you're talking about Samardzija. Those 3 consecutive home runs, 4 runs in the first. But lest we not forget, the Reds did not have another hit until 2 outs in the ninth in that ball game, and they lost that game 6-5.
Well, we're set to go. It'll be Nick Senzel, who had a big night here last night as he waits on Samardzija. The pitch is taken for a strike, and this game is underway. Our first pitch presented by Belterra Park Cincinnati, proud sponsor of your Cincinnati Reds. 60 degrees our game time temperature, and Samardzija misses in and a bit low, and the count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Had a 2-run triple in last night's game to Senzel, one of 2 hits he had against Giants pitching, and now back with a 1-1, and that pitch is taken off the plate outside. And Samardzija, making his 8th start of the year, is behind in the count. He is 3-5 lifetime against the Reds with a .417 earned run average. He checks down with battery mate Stephen Vogt, and the pitch, and it's ball 3, 3-1. The inner defense for Bruce Bochy: Pablo Sandoval first, Joe Panik second, Brandon Crawford short, and Evan Longoria the third baseman. Now the 3-1 on the way, and that one is taken for ball 4. And Senzel is walked to begin the night's proceedings. In left field, Mac Williamson, Kevin Pillar in center, Steven Duggar in right. The Reds have a base runner, and here's first baseman Joey Votto. Votto batting .206 with 3 homers and 6 runs batted in as he settles in to hit off the right-hander Jeff Samardzija. Senzel only 1 steal attempt so far since coming up from Louisville, and he almost got himself picked off. Quick throw over by Samardzija, and Nick was just able to get back ahead of the tag by Pablo Sandoval. Almost makes you think he was going to be off to the races on pitch 1.
Had a little bit of start towards second base as the pick was coming towards him.
Now the stretch by Samardzija, and he turns and throws over again, and this time Nick gets back a little bit easier. Ben May is our plate umpire with C.B. Buckner at first, D.J. Rayburn at second, and the crew chief at third. He's fielding Kelbreth. Samardzija working, and it's lined into right center field, and that's a gap shot, and that's going to get a run in. They are waving Senzel around. Votto not happy with 2, wants 3, and the throw is not in time. 3-base hit for Joey Votto, and the Reds take a 1-0 lead. 2 batters into this one. Wow. First triple of the year for the Reds' first baseman. He drives in his 7th run. And now here's third baseman Eugenio Suarez. He hit that ball about as deep as you can hit it. It was finally recovered by right fielder Duggar to the left of the 421 sign that we talked about last night in deep right center. That's the longest part of this ballpark. Nobody out. The infield no choice but to play back. And a bouncer hit foul off of his foot and rolls all the way out to third baseman Longoria. Now the stretch and the 0-1 pitch on the way, and a swing and a miss. Quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. Suarez, a modest 3-game hitting streak. But right now in a big hole against Samardzija. And the kick and the pitch, and a swing and a miss, and he strikes him out on 3 pitches. That'll bring up left fielder Jesse Winker, who got back into the lineup last night after an absence of 3 games and went 0 for 5. And now with 1 down of the inning, his at-bat becomes even more important. What with Suarez striking out in terms of making it a 2-run beginning. Votto's triple saw to the first run scoring, and now Winker will try to get Votto in from third base, and now the infield comes in about halfway. And the pitch, and it's high, a ball.
The Reds did not score in the first inning last night, but they scored in the first inning in all 4 games in Cincinnati. And that's been something that the Giants have had a difficult time throughout their staff, stopping runs early in the ball game.
Off the plate, pops out of the middle vote, but no advancement at third base. Ball 2. Got a light breeze blowing out toward right center. Winker climbing back into the box, taps the plate with the head of the bat, and Samardzija not wasting any time. Pause in the pitch, and it's taken inside corner, strike. Yasiel Puig due up next. A walk to Senzel, a booming triple by Joey Votto. And Winker, the man at the moment, waiting on a 2-1 pitch. Popped him up over by the third base dugout, and that ball will be out of play. I'll leave it at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, you hit a ball in that right center field gap. If you're not able to cut it off as an outfielder, you just got another 40 feet to run to go pick it up when it stops.
Now the 2-2 coming. Winker fouls to keep the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Reds lost their first 2 games of this road trip in Oakland, then salvaged a win in the Thursday afternoon finale, blanking the A's 3-0, and then followed that up with a 7-0 shutout victory last night. This pitching staff of the Reds has now authored 5 shutouts so far this season. Swing and a miss. Struck him out with a pitch up in his eyes. So now if the Reds are going to get that runner in from third, and keep in mind he was there with nobody out. But Samardzija struck out Suarez and Winker back-to-back. And here's Yasiel Puig.
Yeah, you don't want to look back in the ball game and say, well, we should have or we could have early in the game.
Puig had 2 hits last night, including a big 9th inning 2-run single. Ball 1. David Bell talked about the importance. He said that may well have been the biggest hit the Reds had all night long, certainly from a psychological standpoint, because all of a sudden the lead expanded from 3-0 to 4-0 to 6-0. 2 balls and no strikes. Samardzija with a 2-win, 1-loss record, a very good 3.16 ERA. Glances to Votto, pitches to Puig, and that's a strike on the inner part of the plate. Two out, a run in. The outfield playing Puig a bit around toward left or to pull the ball. The right-handed batter waiting and swinging, and there it goes. Long fly ball to left. It is a 3-0 ball game. That baseball absolutely jumped off the bat of Yasiel Puig. His 6th home run. He's knocked in 4 runs now in this series, and the Reds get a big 2-out bomb that gives them a 3-run lead here in the first.
Breaking ball over the plate. And Puig, as you mentioned, he just destroyed that pitch.
So now Derek Dietrich stands in. And this in one swing of the bat becomes a very profitable start for David Bell's ball club. And Samardzija misses with a high heater to Dietrich, who is second on the club with 10 homers and second with 24 runs batted in.
I mean, I think you'd be happy if you had just gotten Votto to the plate. Now you end up with a big 3-run inning.
Yep.
And still going.
1 ball and 1 strike. Samardzija rocks to the wind, turns it loose, and Dietrich hits a very high fly ball into right center field. Getting back is Pilar, and he'll make the catch as he steps onto the warning track. Waits on Anthony DeSclafani, who delivers inside ball 1. Do some business here. The run-scoring triple by Joey Votto. That was the deliverance of the first run of the game. The first run delivered to you by Integrity Express Logistics. A grand slam for all of your freight plays. Visit IELFreight.com. And as far as the distance of that home run that Yasiel Puig hit, traveled 390 feet. Reds home run powered by NOCO. NOCO start dead batteries. Ground ball to second, dropped, recovered, and the throw on to first is just in time. And there's one gone. Here's catcher Stephen Vogt. When you come see the Reds, be sure you've downloaded Ballpark. It is the official Great American Ballpark app. Check in at the game to unlock special offers, exclusive content, and seat upgrades. Download Ballpark for free and play Baseball Bingo, presented by Dynegy. Here's Vogt. From an offensive standpoint, he has certainly given this club a boost in the ongoing absence of Buster Posey. In the 6 games, he has strapped on the Giant uniform. He's gone 7 for 15.
You'll take that.
Absolutely, you will. First pitch taken for a strike. And that one is fouled straight back.
You know, you go back to the ball game that DeSclafani started in Cincinnati. He had a great ball game going until 2 outs in the 6th inning, and Pablo Sandoval stepped to the plate and hit the 3-run home run with that, and that was with 2 outs.
Yep. He's got a 2-strikes-to-nothing count on the left-handed batting Vogt, and that one a foul ball off the mid of Tucker Barnhart. Joined in the Reds infield by Votto first, Dietrich second, Suarez third, Iglesias short. Nick Senzel in center. To his right and left is Jesse Winker, and to his left and right is Yasiel Puig. 1 out in the home first inning. DeSclafani to the wind and to the plate. And a swing and a miss, and that's a punch out.
It's a pretty good slider right there. Looked like it was going to start right on the inside corner and just drop straight down.
With 2 men out and nothing going on, here's Evan Longoria, the third baseman. Pittsburgh beat the Cardinals again today. They beat them 2-1 last night. They beat them 2-1 again today. And the Cubs prevail over Milwaukee at Wrigley Field by the same score. Other clubs in the National League Central. Here's Longoria. And a high fly ball. He tattooed that baby to center field. Senzel at the wall, and it's gone. I would say the ball is carrying pretty well here tonight. 3-1, Cincinnati.
Well, you can see the flags blowing pretty much straight out. You get the ball up, you got some carry.
That's the 6th homer of the year for Longoria, and the 2nd he's hit off Reds pitching. He beat him with an extra inning home run at Great American Ballpark. And here is Pablo Sandoval with 2 down and a run in. 7th home run, by the way, given up by DeSclafani, and there's a strike. It's a Sandoval bobblehead night tonight of him in a pitching stance.
And let Pablo pitch.
He, of course, made an appearance on the mound against the Reds at Great American Ballpark. The 2nd time in as many years that he has pitched in a ball game, and he had the privilege of throwing out the first pitch tonight. 0-2 on a swing and a miss. Long look by DeSclafani, still looking, and now he'll rock to the wind and let it go, and that's hit foul to left. In the wind-up game tomorrow, Tyler Malley gets Madison Bumgarner. That'll be a 4:05 start Cincinnati time, and then back home and off Monday, and then welcome in the Cubbies on Tuesday night. Grounded foul between the bag and the coaching box at third. He's trying to hit the ball the other way. That ball almost killed the ball dude down there in the left field foul territory. You know, I might do that next year.
You're going to be a ball dude?
Put on a Reds uniform. Look at that boy. It is rather ungraciously hitting the deck. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and it's foul back.
You think you could catch that ball?
I wouldn't try. Let that ball hit off that tarp roller down there. And then I'd go running after it. That guy's embarrassed as a dickens right now. He went right down the seat of his pants. I could do that. Fall all down. Take that to the bank. Swung on, line drive. Base hit into left center. Boy, that was a great at-bat by Sandoval. Wow.
And it looked like Sandoval got fooled on the pitch. He just went down and got it.
So after retiring 2 in a row, things get a little sketchy now for DeSclafani. A home run to center by Longoria and a following base hit by the Panda, bringing up left fielder Mac Williamson. Boy, the way the Reds pitchers have been, it seems like every night whoever takes the ball has big shoes to fill from something that occurred the night before. There's a swing and a miss. This starting rotation's ERA of 3.17 is the best in all National League teams, and it's second in the Major League, second only to Tampa Bay, who has a ridiculous 2.53 ERA. Line drive hit to left. Things going bad for DeSclafani right now. Now it'll be shortstop Brandon Crawford, and now Tucker Barnhart goes to the mound.
Well, the stuff is good from DeSclafani. The pitches have just gotten too much of the plate.
The meeting is over with, and Crawford batting only .217, but they are beginning to see, they hope, light at the end of the tunnel relative to this man who, over the last 7 games, has swung the bat at a .320 clip. So slowly but surely, that batting average is inching up to the area that you would expect out of this left-handed batter, Brandon Crawford, and he takes it low, ball 1. You look back at his numbers, and I mean, you go back to 2015 and 16, where he hit 21 and then dropped off to 12 home runs, but still drove in 84 each year. There's a tapper back to the box, and DeSclafani flips on to Votto, and the inning is over. A run, 3 hits, 2 left. Heading on into inning 3-1 ball game. Reds have the lead as Jose Iglesias steps in to say hello for the first time tonight to Jeff Samardzija. He gave up a run-scoring triple to Votto, and 2 strikeouts later, a long home run with a man aboard off the bat of Yasiel Puig, and now he pitches off the plate. A ball to Iglesias, a .282 batter. Two balls and no strikes. And to call a strike with a high fastball, 2-1. On deck is DeSclafani, to be followed by Tucker Barnhart. Samardzija kicks and delivers, and it's a swing and a high fly ball into short right. And going out to get it, and get it successfully, is second baseman Joe Panik, one out. Here's DeSclafani, and it's time now for our Cincinnati Bell trivia question. The tables have been turned. I'm asking them now. Text the word vote along with your answer of A, B, or C to 66128 for your chance to win a pair of tickets to the Reds Hall of Fame and Museum, a $25 Skyline Chili gift card, a $25 Dunkin' Donuts gift card, and a free haircut from Great Clips, brought to you by Cincinnati Bell, connecting what matters. First pitch, a strike. And the second pitch. And that's a line drive base hit into left field.
How about that?
How about that? Third hit in 13 times up. He put a good swing on that ball. And he's aboard now for Tucker Barnhart, who, he said who, Jeff Brantly?
Yes, sir.
Was the first Giant to win a National League Rookie of the Year award. And here are your choices. A, Dick Bartell. B, Monty Irvin. Foul ball. And C, the Say kid. That, for the uninitiated, is Willie Mays.
Willie Mays.
Yes. First Giant to win the National League Rookie of the Year award. A, Dick Bartell. B, Monty Irvin. C, Willie Mays. I venture to say you never heard of Dick Bartell.
I have not.
He was a catcher.
He wasn't a catcher when I was around.
No, as a matter of fact, he might not have been a catcher when your dad was around.
I'm going to say B, Monty Irvin.
Monty Irvin is your guess.
That is a guess. That is no doubt
about it. So you're rejecting the obvious answer.
Of Willie Mays?
Correct.
I am.
Okay, Monty Irvin, that would be B.
That's my guess.
Yeah. Pitch is high, and the count's 2 balls and 1 strike. So, I mean, you said it with such conviction that probably you won't give it a moment's thought until I come back and revisit that question.
Oh, I'll be thinking about it.
Oh, you will? Okay.
Yes, I will.
Well, you have that opportunity, as you well know. Here's ball 3. Monty Irvin, not Dick Bartell. Doesn't it make you think that why would they put Dick Bartell's name in there along with 2 very recognizable names in Monty Irvin and Willie Mays? Huh?
That I don't know.
There's ball 4. So 2 on with 1 out. And back to the top we go, and Nick Senzel, who had the first Reds walk to begin the ball game.
As soon as I try to apply any bit of reasoning to those questions, that's when I get in trouble.
Okay, well, right, for the time being, it's Monty Irvin. Second time around now for Nick Senzel. Walked and scored in the first. And now trying to do some damage with that bat. He pitched to him, and it's a strike.
Same pitch he starts Senzel with in his first at bat, a slider right on the outside corner.
3-1 score. The Reds lead it. We're in the top of the second. Swing and a miss. Samardzija in front, 2 strikes. Joey Votto waiting on deck, 1 out. Iglesias popped up. Then came the base hit by DeSclafani, and he moves up on a base on balls to Tucker Barnhart. One and two. The check of the runners by the 6'4" Samardzija, and a strikeout swinging. That's his third punch out as he fans Senzel. And you go to work now. Joey Votto, he jumped on the first pitch at Samardzija, threw and rifled a 3-base hit into the outermost reaches of right center to drive the first run in. Lovato is back. 2 men on, 2 men out. Foul ball. Hacking on that first pitch again.
Well, the Reds do have the highest percentage of swings on first pitches in Major League Baseball. Just over a 33% clip.
Wow.
That's a whole lot of hacking.
Sure is. Early in the count, as early as you can get it. 1 ball, 1 strike. This was the killer position for Samardzija in the first inning. He gave up a run, then struck out 2, and looked like he might get out of it with 1 run before Puig hit the 2-run homer. And that is a fly ball headed to left and will be grabbed by Williamson to end the inning. No runs, 1 hit. Bottom of the second inning, and it's a 3-1 game, and it'll be the lower third of the batting order for the Giants with Kevin Pillar and Steven Duggar and pitcher Jeff Samardzija applying their individual and collective talents. Against Anthony DeSclafani, we have with us a young man who has wised up, I guess you could say. And it didn't take him long to realize that you don't come out here with short sleeve shirts and shorts and all manner of summer clothing and then find out you're going to very slowly but surely freeze to death if you're out here any length of time. And that would be from the Cincinnati Enquirer, Bobby Nightingale.
Still alive right now.
Well, yeah, you also covered up tonight, too.
It's my first time up here. I haven't seen the view, like the water in the background
This is
yet.
a much better view than the one you guys have downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is a spectacular view up here. Here's a ground ball hit to third, backhanded by Suarez, and he throws him out. Big-time play to begin the bottom of the second. The batter will be Steven Duggar. We talked the last 2 nights about all of a sudden an offensive turnaround for Yasiel Puig. He had a big 2-run single, 1 of 2 hits last night. He's already hit a 2-run home run tonight. You talked to him about it yesterday.
Yeah, right before the game yesterday, just asked if he's traditionally always been a slow starter. His numbers in April are way down compared to every other month. And I just asked him if there's anything to it, and he said he didn't really know. But then I asked if he was concerned just the way he started this year. And he's like, I didn't hit my first home run last year till Mother's Day. And I looked it up, and it's right.
Wow.
And he was hitting like 200 or 202 at this point last season. So it's almost like
deja vu all over again.
Right. I mean, his numbers are even better now than they were last year.
Yeah. That pitch is high, and the count's 2-0. And I don't know why I feel this way, but I really believe that he is a big single offensive key to this club. If he starts to swing the bat the way he has in the past as a Dodger when he was on top of his game, the sky's the limit for this club offensively.
Yeah, just the way he's able to just ignite everybody.
Yep. Foul ball is out of play. I think the slow start that he's had offensively overshadows the fact that he's played a sensational right field.
Yeah, I agree with that. And he's always made that point, you know, since I've started talking to him this year, that he's like, if I'm not hitting, my glove has to be good and my arm has to be good. And he's lived up to that. I mean, he's not known to be like a gold glover, but he's played, you know, what you want out of a right fielder.
Yep. Here's a ground ball foul. Do you get the sense that he's happy playing here?
Oh, yeah. Every time I talk to him, he talks about how much fun he's having with the teammates, and he's like, that's the reason he said that's the reason he doesn't worry about his slumps. It's just because he's having so much fun in the clubhouse, and he says all the guys tell him, you know, just focus on the next game, don't worry about it.
He'll have a lot more fun once he gets a few home games under his belt. We just haven't played there long enough.
That is exactly right. Here's a 2-2 pitch now to the left-handed batting Duggar, and this young man can swing the bat. He lines a single to center field. A 4-hit game now for the Giants, a 1-out single, and I would imagine that manager Bruce Bochy will have Samardzija trying to advance a runner with 1 down, and Joe Panic coming up next, but you never know. You know, David Bell made a comment to me in the pregame radio show talking about the completion of this road trip, and that, of course, comes tomorrow, and how he feels with the early season schedule stacked so much against them. I think it's 25 or 26 out of the first 41 road games. There's a line drive, base hit to center. So Samardzija hacking on pitch one, and the Giants have him at first and second with one out. The two games in Mexico he considers, and I do too, road games.
Yeah.
The only benefit to those games were you batted second.
Right, yeah, exactly.
He feels like his club has a chance of really getting over the hump once this trip ends tomorrow.
Yeah, it's almost like they've underachieved just based off the fact like they could have swept the Giants last weekend and gave away 2 games. You blow those leads against the A's. All these one-run losses they have. It almost feels like they should have 5-10 more wins than they actually do.
Yep.
And I think the players feel that. I mean, they keep saying, eventually the offense has to start hitting. Just kind of the law of averages, with Votto and Puig and all the other guys that have been struggling. So I feel like that's kind of the common theme in the clubhouse is once the summer hits, eventually we're going to get a 10-game win streak or something like that, and we'll be right in the mix.
1 ball and no strikes on Joe Panik, who bounced out to Derek Dietrich in the first. So the Giants have the tying runs on base with 1 out. DeSclafani working, and that one is hit into right field. Puig goes back, and he'll make the grab. The runner tags at second, Duggar, and will move on to third. And they're 2 out here in the Giants' second inning.
I was thinking earlier when, because Puig gets booed every time he hits here, I can't think of anyone in Cincinnati, maybe like Yadier Molina, but not to that degree, that gets booed every time they face the Reds.
It's that old Dodger deal.
I know,
it's
yeah.
Giants-Dodger rivalry.
It's probably something that's never going to go away, and you might be 5 times removed from being a Dodger, but they're still going to remember it, right, Jeff?
They do not care.
Nope.
If you're a Giant, they boo you in L.A., even if you're playing for the Reds.
Here's Stephen Vogt with runners at first and third and 2 out. DeSclafani trying to dodge a bullet and maintain the 2-run lead. Vogt swings and misses. He struck out in the first. So now you working the whole homestand?
Not all of it. I might miss a Dodger game or 2, but plan to work all the Cubs games. Surprised they haven't played the Cubs yet.
I know. It's really rather late. They've seen everybody else in the division, but they've not seen the Cubs. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and he pulls it to first. That's a foul ball, 0-2, and broke his bat.
Yeah, the Reds season will be over with the San Francisco Giants before you see a team in your own division. How crazy is that?
And plus, it hurts them. Like the Cubs struggled for basically the first month of the season, and now they won on another walk-off today. So playing like the first-place team they probably should be.
Yep. Vogt is back at the plate with a count of no balls and 2 strikes. The look in by DeSclafani, and a long one it is. He is frozen in time on the mound, so much so that Vogt backs off. Do you get out amongst them today?
Not today, not too much. Yesterday I went around North Beach. That was a cool area. Fisherman's Wharf a little bit. The hills are crazy here.
Yes, they are.
I can't imagine driving on them.
They are something now. Ground ball by the mound. Here's Dietrich. His throw goes to first, and the inning is over. So they threaten, but they fail to score. Bobby, thanks, pal.
1 Reds as we head to the top of the 3rd inning. Jeff Samardzija back out on the hill. He'll get the middle of the Reds order. There's been a whole lot of hitting going on here early in this ball game. Reds already on the board. A 2-run home run by Yasiel Puig as the Reds capitalized on a 3-run inning. Giants have actually out-hit the Reds 5-3 thus far, but DeSclafani providing a bit of damage control in both the first and the second inning. So here's Suarez, a strikeout victim the first go-round, and Samardzija to the plate. And a breaking ball will catch the outside corner, strike 1. Now the righty that turned the pitch, and he misses way in off the plate, a sinking fastball. Samardzija does not throw nearly as hard as he did when he strapped on a Cubs uniform. But he seems like he has started to grasp the art of pitching, the adding and subtracting of the speeds and the break of the breaking ball. And he gets Suarez to swing over the top of that breaking ball for strike two. Now Samardzija, the turn and to the plate, and fouled over the Reds dugout. A fastball right in on the hands of Eugenio Suarez. Sinking fastball, slider from Samardzija, and occasional split finger. The 1-2 again. Popped up and fouled to the right side, out of play. A fastball up and away. And Suarez just a bit tardy. They definitely play Suarez to pull on the Giants infield. And the pitch misses downstairs. Off-speed pitch, and Suarez not offering it that one. 2-ball, 2-strike count. Long look in by Samardzija as Vogt sets away, and a tapper foul at home plate. Another breaking ball, and Suarez lunges for it, fouled it off his front foot, and he stays alive. 2-ball, 2-strike count. Samardzija back to the plate, popped up high into the air. Very shallow center field. A long run for Pilar. He's got it. One down. There is never a night in this ballpark, Oracle Park, AT&T, what it was called before, that the wind doesn't blow. And the flags don't always tell the story. They may be blowing out. They may be blowing to the left or to the right field side. But because of the way that this ballpark sits, the wind is always swirling on the field. It may be at your back one moment and at your face the next, just depending on which way the wind decides to blow at that given moment. And it will change in a second. First pitch breaking ball misses up and away here from Jesse Winker. Winker a strikeout victim, and he swings through a split finger down and away. 1-ball, 1-strike count. Winker 0 for 5 yesterday. Missed a couple of ball games in that A's series with a quad issue. And he hammers this one high into the air, into left center field, but Pilar has plenty of room to make the catch. 2 down. Winker squared that one up. And now Yasiel Puig. A monster blast into the left center field bleachers, and his first at bat came with 2 outs in the first. Big 2-run home run. And he steps back to the plate with 2 down here in the third. And the pitch catches the outside corner. That's a breaking ball. Strike 1. Samardzija, the turn, the pitch. Ground ball right side. That's a base hit into right field. So Yasiel Puig 2 for 2 here early in this ball game. And that was a pitch away, and Puig just took it right between Panic and Sandoval on the first side of the infield. 2-out single. Here's Derek Dietrich. So it appears that Puig is starting to see the ball a bit better. Saw a couple of pretty good at-bats in his last 2 at-bats last night. One an infield single, the other an RBI single to center field. And he has started with a 2-run home run and a single to right here tonight. So 4 consecutive hits for Puig in the 2 days ball games. Down and away from Dietrich, a sinking fastball, 1-0. Dietrich centered one up in his first at bat. Just got underneath it a bit. And a deep fly ball that Kevin Pillar was able to put away for the final out back in the first. And Samardzija will pick to first base, sending Puig back to the bag. Yasiel has 6 stolen bases on the year. And he'll run anytime. I don't know that you can actually plan for it, but he will take off at a moment's notice. And there is a fastball on the outside corner right at the bottom of the strike zone. Evens the count at a ball and a strike here to Dietrich. 10 home runs, 24 RBIs for Derek Dietrich. There goes Puig. Pitch taken, the throw offline, and Yasiel Puig has his 7th stolen base of the year. So the Reds have another base runner in scoring position as they continue to apply pressure here to Jeff Samardzija, whether it be with no outs or with 2 outs. Reds had a couple aboard again in the second, could not get them home. Now Puig standing at second base, 2 down for Dietrich. 2 ball, 1 strike count. Samardzija turns it loose, and he misses up and away. Now a 3 ball, 1 strike count to Dietrich. Dietrich, one of the Reds to hit a home run against Samardzija in the ball game in Cincinnati. And there is a strike over the outside corner, a backdoor breaking ball, and he put it right on the money. So a 3-2 pitch coming. And time called by Dietrich as he steps out of the batter's box. Jose Iglesias waiting on deck. But it's all about Dietrich right here. Fastball misses inside, and he walked him. So now runners at first and second base for Jose Iglesias. Iglesias, a .282 batter coming into today. And he'll spray the ball all over the place. We've seen him hit the ball down the first base line. We've seen him line it down the left field line. So it's not as though you can shift to a certain spot and know that he's going to hit the ball there. Samardzija delivers, and a breaking ball, strike 1. A lot of first pitch breaking balls from Samardzija. But the key is he's been able to get him over the plate for a strike. And most have been well located down and away from the Reds right-hander. The 0-1 pitch popped up and fouled down the right field line. So Samardzija quickly ahead of Iglesias. No balls and 2 strikes. Reds with runners at first and second base, trying to add to their 3-1 lead. The pitch, and it's up and away. Samardzija steps back towards first base momentarily. Normally a very fast worker. He checked second twice in the 1-2. Foul to the right side. Ran that fastball up and in on Iglesias. And the Red shortstop able to get just a piece of it. Scott Battles at the plate now. He's not going to be a home run hitter, but I tell you what, he is a tough out. 1-2 pitch. Popped up again, foul down the right field line. There's that slider down and away, and Iglesias able to get just enough of it to get a foul ball and a new pitch. Now the right fielder, Duggar for the Giants, playing in a bit. Took a couple of steps in after the foul ball down the right field line on the last pitch from Iglesias. And now he'll see another 1-2. Ground ball off the glove of Samardzija, and he cannot make a play. That'll be an infield hit. Ball hit right out in front of home plate. It was hit hard, and the pitcher, Samardzija, reached to his backhand side, tried to snag it, and when he did, it kicked off towards the third baseline, and he had no chance to get back to it. So the bases are juiced, and here's Anthony DeSclafani. And you say, well, the pitcher's at the plate. He does have a grand slam. And he is 1 for 1 here tonight, and he takes the first pitch, breaking ball in the dirt, 1-0. There are not a whole lot of pitchers out there that can say that they have a grand slam. Swing and a miss. Good sinking fastball in off the plate, and DeSclafani swings right over the top of it for strike one. Now the Giants righty comes set. Looks at third, looks at second. Pitch to the plate. Popped up foul back behind home plate. And a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Samardzija may have saved himself a run by knocking the ball down that Iglesias hit. Here's a ground ball left side. Longoria will go to second base, and Samardzija works out of yet another jam. 3-1 Reds as we brought to you by Geico. Saving you money on car insurance has been Geico's home run for over 75 years. Get a quote today with a proud partner of Major League Baseball at Geico.com. Geico, so easy a caveman can do it. 3-1 Reds as we begin the bottom of 3. We pause for identification here on the Reds Radio Network.
Scattered showers continue tonight, the low down to 52. A chance of some rain on Mother's Day, cloudy with a high of 61. More of the same of that on Monday. It is 60 at the home of the Reds, News Radio 700 WLW Cincinnati.
So DeSclafani will go to work. The middle of the Giants order. Evan Longoria, who is responsible for the lone Giants run thus far in this ball game. A first pitch home run out of dead center field. Longoria, Sandoval, and Mac Williamson, 3, 4, and 5 here in Bruce Bochy's order. And DeSclafani with a pitch, and a fastball hits the outside corner, strike one. The 0-1 pitch, and that is inside, almost caught the front elbow of Longoria. Ball and a strike here to the Giants' third baseman. Bat held high over the head as he waits on DeSclafani. Ground ball back up the middle, backhanded by Dietrich. Throws in time, one down. Perfect positioning for the Reds defense on that play. A hard ground ball right back up the box. Matter of fact, it almost went right over the top of second base. And Dietrich fielded it on the shortstop side of second, able to make the play in time to get Longoria. And here's Pablo Sandoval. Sandoval, quite the extended at bat his first time up as he singled on a breaking ball over the head of the shortstop Iglesias, and he takes the first pitch off the outside corner, 1-0. Long look in by DeSclafani. The step back, pitch to the plate, and a foul right behind the dish. 95-mile-an-hour heater up and out over the plate. Sandoval can hit. Has not been an everyday player for the Giants, but he still has 8 doubles and 3 home runs. Had a big home run in Cincinnati against the Reds. Matter of fact, it came against Anthony DeSclafani. Now the Reds righty turns it loose and up and away. Like a changeup sailed out of the hand of DeSclafani. 2-ball, 1-strike count. Back to the plate, and again missing high. This time a curveball, and it came out of the hand way early for DeSclafani. And it's now a 3-ball, 1-strike count. You could see Sandoval step out of the box, remove the helmet, trying to clear his eyes. When the wind's blowing like this, you can get dust going everywhere. Playing on the dirt infield, swing and a miss, 96 right there, and Sandoval a bit tardy. Three-ball, 2-strike pitch as DeSclafani rocks back into the plate he comes. Popped up high in the air, right behind second base. Iglesias wants it. He's got it, 2 down. Nice comeback there by DeSclafani as he's able to retire Sandoval, and now he'll get Mac Williamson with 2 down. And DeSclafani wants a new baseball. Williamson, a sharp single in his first at-bat. Just called back up from AAA where he was tearing the cover off the baseball. But that has been the story for Williamson throughout his career. He has hit awfully well at AAA and then get to the big leagues and things don't quite work out. And I think at 28 years old, Williamson knows this is the time to put it all together in a Giants uniform at this level. And he takes that pitch just off the outside corner. Looked like a breaking ball from DeSclafani, and it's a 2-ball, no-strike count. DeSclafani trying to retire the Giants in order for the first time here tonight. And that one sinks way in off the plate. That ball had so much movement, it looked like it caught Barnhart by surprise. Hit off the edge of the glove, rolls all the way to the backstop, 3-0. The 3-0 pitch, and it's a high fastball right in the heart of the plate, strike 1. Williamson very patient in this at-bat. The 3-1 pitch, and he fouls it off to the right side, out of play. Another fastball, up and out over, and DeSclafani just going right at him. Full count. Back-to-back fastballs almost in the identical spot here to Williamson. Took one, fouled off the other. And now the 3-2. Fly ball, right field, on the run, Puig. Got it. Oh, what a great running catch by Yasiel Puig. Hit on a line, tailing to the corner, just in front.
On 700 WLW.
Tucker Barnhart leads off the 4th inning here in San Francisco. Reds 3-1 leaders over the Giants so far here in this ball game. Trying to win their 3rd consecutive ball game. And a first pitch strike from Jeff Samardzija over the outside corner. Samardzija, the turn, the kick, the pitch, and it's up and away. Just enough turn for Samardzija to try to hide the baseball behind that 6'4" frame. Fouled to the left side, out of play. And now with 2 strikes, Longoria will move from his third base position over to the right field side of second base. Crawford will come back to the normal shortstop spot. This one fouled right behind home plate. 1 ball, 2 strike count here to Barnhart. And the pitch. Foul down the left field line. Barnhart squared it up, but just a bit tardy. Senzel to follow, and then Joey Votto. 9-1-2 here in the Reds order against the right-hander Samardzija. Swing and a miss. Got him on a split finger. Down and away. 1 down. And here's Senzel. Senzel walked and scored in the first, struck out in the second, and now to the plate for the 3rd time with 1 out here in the 4th. And Samardzija has already thrown 75 pitches here in this ball game. Fouled to the right side, out of play. It appears that every right-hander that has come to the plate, Samardzija has started that right-hander with a breaking ball for a strike. It just seems that way. And this one fouled back, a fastball right on the knuckles of Senzel. And the Giants right-hander ahead of the kid, no balls and 2 strikes. Samardzija, the rock back, the pitch, and he misses outside with a breaking ball. A ball and 2 strikes here to Nick Senzel. Back in the box, ready to go. And a fastball misses inside. Actually, that may have been a split finger inside. Came out of the hand a bit early from Jeff Samardzija on that pitch, and now it's a 2-ball, 2-strike count. The 2-2. And strike 3 called. Good fastball right over the outside corner. 2 down. Back-to-back strikeouts here in the 4th for Samardzija. And now Votto will step to the plate. Votto with a triple and a fly to left. And he takes the first pitch, breaking ball, and that's a strike. The 0-1 to Votto. Popped up to left, down the line, slicing, out of play. And again, with 2 strikes and a left-handed batter at the plate, Longoria moves over to join Joe Panik on the second base side of the infield. Crawford back to the shortstop. Up and away with a fastball. High heater well out of the strike zone. And a 1-2 count here to Votto as Samardzija makes an attempt to retire the side in order for the first time here tonight. And the righty to the plate, up and in. Two here to Votto. Votto down in the crouch, and he takes that pitch in the dirt. A split finger bounced right on top of the plate. So he had Votto down in the count, and now he's run the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Votto waiting on Samardzija. Giants righty kicks and deals. Fly ball left center field. Coming on Mac Williamson. He's got it, and indeed that is Eddie DeSclafani. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning here in San Francisco. Reds on top early 3-1. Crawford, Kevin Pillar, Steven Duggar. 6, 7, 8 here in the Giants order. And DeSclafani, the turn to pitch. Breaking ball in off the plate, 1-0. Crawford seems like he has been the Giants shortstop for a long time. He pops that one up foul to the left side, out of play. And an even ball strike count. He has provided quite a bit of stability at the shortstop position, especially on the defensive side for the Giants. That pitch up and away. Looked like another curveball from DeSclafani that came out of his hand really early. 2 ball, 1 strike count. And the pitch. Fouled straight back. Fastball right in on the hands of Crawford. DeSclafani never moves from the mound. He is eyeballing Barnhart and comes to the plate. Line drive, left field, base hit. Came back in with a fastball, and Crawford inside outs it the other way for a leadoff single. And that'll bring Kevin Pillar to the plate. Pillar hit one right down the left field line his first time up, but he couldn't get it by Suarez. As Suarez went towards the line, down to his knees, got the baseball, and he cut down Pillar at first base. And now DeSclafani looking for some semblance of a double play ball here. And a fastball misses just a bit inside. 1 ball, no strike count. Pillar, right-handed batter. Seems like he has been either starting or somewhere on the field since he got here from Toronto. Tapper foul over towards the Giants dugout. Good sinking fastball there by DeSclafani. DeSclafani has had a little bit of trouble with his changeup and curveball so far here today. But he has only allowed the 1 run. That came back in the first inning. That was a home run by Evan Longoria. Retired the side in order in the 3rd, and a leadoff single by Crawford to begin this 4th inning. Fly ball, center field. Senzel coming quick, won't get it. Back-to-back singles to begin the 4th inning for the Giants. A breaking ball stayed over the plate. Pillar did not hit it hard. Looked like he caught it off the end of the bat. So there was no chance for Senzel to get that one. So now Steven Duggar will step to the plate, and he has proved to be an awfully difficult out from the Reds' point of view in the series in Cincinnati and now here in San Francisco. And a strike over the outside corner. Duggar actually showing bunt there and pulled the bat back. Tyler Austin has moved out into the on-deck circle. That is Jeff Samardzia's spot. The Giants may take down Samardzia early in this one. Pitch to the plate. Fastball up and in. A ball and a strike. Here to Steven Duggar. Runners at first and second base. Reds holding on to a 3-1 lead here in the bottom of the fourth inning. DeSclafani sets, looking right at Crawford at second base. And back to the plate. Fouled straight back. Fastball right at the top of the strike zone. Duggar appeared to be on time, but just a bit underneath it. A 1-ball, 2-strike count. DeSclafani leans in for the sign. He has it from Barnhart to the belt. Checks second once. And again. And now the pitch. Line drive, right field, and no catch. A dive by Puig. He cannot get it. It goes all the way to the wall. Crawford will score. Here comes the play at the plate. Not in time, and the Giants have tied it. 3-3 ball game. Puig with a gallant effort to try to get to the baseball. He dove for it. And as you know, if you're in the outfield and it gets by you, you got to go get it. And that was all the way to the wall after it got by Yasiel Puig. And that's going to be a triple for Steven Duggar, and that will drive home 2 runs to tie this baby all up. And when Anthony DeSclafani made that pitch, he looked straight down at the ground in disgust. Did not appear to be happy, and that was before the ball was even hit. DeSclafani has had a good fastball here tonight, but the secondary pitches, I don't think they're doing what he wants them to do. Here's Tyler Austin. He will hit for Samardzia with a runner at third base and still nobody out. And a breaking ball cuts low off the outside corner, 1-0. And it appears the Reds will begin action in their bullpen. DeSclafani at the belt, and to the plate he comes. Swing and a foul back behind home plate. And it appears the pitcher that the Reds will get up is Robert Stevenson. DeSclafani turns it loose. Ground ball to third. Foul down the line. Austin right over the top of a breaking ball. So both bullpens working at the moment. A right-hander for the Giants and a right-hander for the Reds. And it may end up being that kind of night. Swing and a miss. Good slider off the outside corner, and Austin is down on strikes. 1 down, and we go back to the top of the Giants order with Joe Panik. The Reds will bring their infield in all the way around the horn. pitch to Panic. Fly ball, deep center field. Senzel moving back. He'll make the catch on the track. That will score Duggar from third, and it is a 4-3 Giants lead. 2 down. Long, deep sacrifice fly for Joe Panic, but it gets the job done. So the Giants have plated 3 here in the 4th inning to take the lead. And now with 2 down, here's Stephen Vogt. He's 0 for 2 here tonight. And DeStefani goes to work. And a breaking ball strike over the outside corner. DeStefani turns it loose, and a ground ball foul down the first base line. Fastball right up under the hands of Vogt, and he was spinning. DeStefani quickly ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. And the Reds righties coming to the dish. Up and away with a fastball. One ball, 2 strike count. And that one bounces up there. Breaking ball, and DeStefani really struggling with the breaking ball here in the early part of this ball game. Two ball, 2 strike count. And back to the plate he comes. Ground ball, right side. Iglesias moving quickly. Pirouette turn in time. And the Giants are out, but not before.
You can visit them today or go to CRayofCincinnati.com.
New pitcher for the Giants. It is right-hander Trevor Gott. Gott coming on for the 16th time. And he's got some pretty good numbers for the Giants here in 2019. 1-0 with a 1.96 ERA, 9 hits and 18 in the 3rd innings.
Young man out of Lexington, Kentucky, and now on with a chance, if he pitches well, he could win this ball game. Jeff Samardzija going only 4 innings, giving up 5 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. But he did today what he did in Cincinnati, although not quite as long. And this after a rough start, pitched shutout baseball over the last 3 innings he was on the mound. First pitch from Gott to Eugenio Suarez is taken for ball 1. Now the 1-0 on the way, and that one is in for a call strike to even the count. Proud graduate of Tates Creek High School and also the University of Kentucky. That's a foul ball out of play, and he went 6-0 with a 1.12 ERA and 76 punch-outs in 47 1/3 innings pitched during his senior year at UK. That was back in 2013, and set the Wildcat single-season save record that year, had 23 of them. And here's a high drive, and this game was only tied up as long as it took Suarez to get to the plate and almost hit that ball completely over the bleachers. He missed by maybe 1 row. If at that, he might have hit the ball on the concourse and then bounced out of the ballpark. That is a long home run. And the Reds have tied the game up at 4-4. Wow.
I'd say he got all that one.
Golly day. We get a chance to look at it again. It may well have hit on the concourse, completely over the bleachers in left field, and he put quite a swing on that ball. So the Reds have tied it up, and Jesse Winker will stand in. Hit on the concourse.
On the concourse. That's a long way.
That's bona fide home run right there. Whew. 1 ball and no strikes to count on Winker, who is hitless in this series. And that pitch is a strike. He struck out in the 1st inning and flied out in the 3rd after going hitless in the opener here last night. got coming with a 1-1, and there's strike 2 call. So for Suarez, home run number 12, RBI number 26. And the Reds have tied things up. The pitch. And that's a looping liner into left center field and dropping for a base hit. A long run in vain for Pilar, who could not quite track it down. So a home run and a single. Greet Trevor Gott here in the 5th inning, and bring it to the plate Yasiel Puig, who's 2 for 2 on the night.
Well, Winker hit that ball about 6 inches off the ground. Looked like he hit it off the end of the bat. But it ends up a base hit.
Reds have activity underway in their bullpen. Robert Stevenson continuing to get loose. We may have seen all we're going to see tonight of Anthony DeSclafani. Here's Puig, and he takes the first pitch for a strike. Fans at Kroger, it's easy to place your order online and pick up at the store. Why not try it tonight or try it tomorrow at Kroger.com? We got a 4-4 ball game here in the top of the 5th inning. The go-ahead run standing at first if the Reds can get Winker around. Puig, swing and a miss, 0-2. He had a 2-run home run in the first. Single, picked up a stolen base, his 7th of the year in the 3rd. And now finds himself in a hole at no balls and 2 strikes. Puig back in the box. Got sights a sign. Pours it plateward. Swinging ground ball foul at third base, right by Coach J.R. House. Holding it is at no balls and 2 strikes. 4 runs, 7 hits for the Redlegs. 4 runs, 8 hits for the Giants. A lot of offense early in this game, even in innings in which no runs are scored. The hits have not been a shortage by any stretch of the imagination. And now Gott steps back off the pitching rubber after Puig calls timeout. Here's a pitch. Swing and a miss. 1 out. And Derek Dietrich will bat. Dietrich has flied to deep center. He's also drawn a walk. A very interesting exchange around the batting cage prior to the game yesterday when Barry Bonds showed up. And he and Dietrich gave each other a big hug, and they chatted. Bonds was the hitting coach with the Marlins 2-3 years ago in 2016. Here's a chopper to first, played by Sandoval. Thought about second and thought better of it, and that's a fair ball all the way. And Dietrich never left the left-handed batter's box. So he's out. And the runner advances into scoring position for Jose Iglesias. Bonds was talking about how happy he was that Dietrich had gotten to this organization, and also for the great early season success he has had with this ball club. So now Iglesias, who singled off the glove of then pitcher Jeff Samardzija back in the 3rd inning. A hit now, and the Reds could take the lead back. And that's taken for a strike. Gott was originally in the Washington Nationals organization. Actually started his career out with the San Diego Padres after being drafted in the 6th round of the draft of 2013. Foul ball back, then was acquired by the Angels from San Diego, along with right-hander Houston Street in July of 2014. Then was acquired by Washington from the Angels in 2015, and acquired by the Giants from the Nationals in exchange for cash considerations in February of this year. 0-2 pitch. Just high, a ball. An inning that began with a humongously long home run off the bat of Eugenio Suarez to tie it. Winker singles, and after a Puig strikeout, a ground ball by Dietrich enables Winker to get to second. Check swing, 2-2. Iglesias trying to make it happen with a runner in scoring position and 2 out in the 5th inning. And a fly ball hit back into right field and will be caught by Steven Duggar. Hit that ball well. Too much air under it. Duggar with a chance to go back to the track and make the catch and end the inning. But Suarez ties it with number 12. And in the middle,
he gets Evan Longoria.
Here's Stevenson's first pitch, and it's in for a call strike. Longoria hit his own long home run back in the 1st inning over the wall in center. His 6th of the year. He's 1 for 2. Stevenson did not fare well at all in the series against the A's earlier this week over in Oakland. That pitch is low, and it's a ball, a strike. Looks like the Giants are going to get their bullpen up and working again. They are with Mark Melancon. Now the 1-1 pitch to the right-handed batting Longoria, and it's a strike. Tough night for DeSclafani, but he's not had very many of them since the season began. 8 hits and 4 runs over 4 innings with 2 strikeouts. Did not walk a batter. Just a bit inside, and now Stevenson behind at 3-1.
Well, he got it wrong on the board. It's 2-2.
It is. Now the 2-2 pitch. And that's a ground ball to the hole, cut off by Suarez, and he whips it on across to Joey Votto. And that takes care of the Giant third baseman. 1 out. Pablo Sandoval is single tonight. He's been up twice before. If you're listening tonight on your car or truck radio, please remember to buckle your safety belt. This message brought to you by the Ohio Department of Public Safety. If you're not buckled up, what's holding you back? One ball and no strikes. Has not been too often this season where the Reds have had to go to their bullpen after only 4 innings, even though they probably, at the end of the day, have not gotten the kind of innings out of their starters they'd like to have. Here's a line drive to center, and it's dropped by Nick Senzel. Routine coughed it up. That's an error. Now it'll be Mac Williamson, who's 1 for 2. Hit the ball well both times up tonight. A single in the first, and then a line drive that Puig made a nice catch on the warning track in right field back in the 3rd inning. That's the only inning in which the Giants have been retired in order. Call strike. So apparently Melancon will be the pitcher in the top of the 6th inning as he continues to loosen along the left field foul line. That one is hit into right. Puig will have that one with no problem. And they're 2 out. Brandon Crawford was the man who got things going in the last inning with a base hit. He's a 2-out batter as Stevenson waits for him to climb into the batter's box, and this will be the only inning in which Robert Stevenson will pitch. He is due to lead off in the top of the 6th inning. Ball 1. Stretching the pitch. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Stevenson pitching behind at the count here to Crawford. Pablo Sandoval over there at first base with 2 away in the inning. And now it's a 3-0 count. Badly in need of a strike. The right-hander deals to the plate, and that one a line drive to center, and this one will be caught. And the inning is over, so they turn Crawford loose, and he lines out to...
Out of the Giants bullpen, it is right-hander Mark Melanson. Melanson coming on for the 14th time. No record for Melanson, a 3.14 ERA. And he will get a pinch hitter in Josh Van Meter.
That he will, so it'll be Van Meter, Barnhart, and Senzel, and now left-hander Amir Garrett has begun to loosen up in the Reds bullpen. So we can only assume he'll be out there in the bottom of this inning. Game tied at 4. Van Meter had his first big league hit earlier this week in Oakland. Coming off the bench now to pinch hit for Robert Stevenson, and the pitch to him, and that's taken on the inside. Back with the 0-1, and that's down in the dirt. Made one appearance in the series in Cincinnati, Melanson. That was the opening game. The Reds blew the 8-0 lead, and the Giants came back and won on the 11th inning home run by Evan Longoria, 12-11. He worked an inning and a third, giving up a hit and a run, and also walked a couple of batters. Swing and a miss.
Yeah, Melanson, when he signed with the Giants, it was to be the closer for the Giants, and that has not quite panned out.
No, it didn't work out for him.
Did very well in that role in Pittsburgh, but it's not worked out well here.
Got a 1-ball, 2-strike count on rookie Josh Van Meter, and he went around, struck him out on a breaking ball in the dirt. That's how the 6th begins, and now it'll be Tucker Barnhart, who's walked and struck out. Barnhart now 2 for his last 28. They shift to the right side of the infield with Brandon Crawford joining Joe Panik and Pablo Sandoval. The pitch, and ball 1 high. And it's high again. 2 balls and no strikes.
Melanson has always been that cutter with the fastball and an over-the-top hook. But the fastball not cutting quite as much as it did earlier in his career.
And he's a pitch away now from walking Barnhart, 3-0. Meanwhile, at Wrigley Field today, the Cubs and the Brewers went 15 innings. Wilson Contreras homered in the 15th to give the Cubs a 2-1 win. Better them than us. Here's a pitch. That's a strike. You like 15-inning games?
Not real big on that.
You remember the longest game you ever played in, innings-wise?
I don't.
Of course, if it's a long game, you've been long gone anyway. You were not used that late. Here's a foul ball.
I just knew if we were tied at home, I was pitching the 9th.
That's it. Now they switch on the infield. Longoria goes to the first base side of second, and Brandon Crawford comes back. to the area of the infield that he is most familiar with. So 3-2 count on Tucker Barnhart. Melanson working from the windup and throwing the payoff pitch. And he went around. That's a strikeout. Pitch that ate him up inside and couldn't hold back. So Melanson gets back-to-back strikeouts and now deals with Nick Senzel, who opened the game with a walk and was on base when Votto tripled. But since that time, he has struck out twice, once swinging, once called. Reds have been retired in order once tonight. The Giants have been retired once in order tonight. And they're 2 out here in the top of the 6th, and Senzel fouls it away. Reds got going quickly today with a 3-run first inning against Jeff Samardzija. The Giants came back to get a home run from Evan Longoria in the bottom of the first. And then they tied it up with a 3-run 4th inning. 2-run triple by Steven Duggar and a lady sac fly by Joe Panik to tie it, or to put the Giants in front. And then the Reds tied it up on a long home run completely over the bleachers and left by Eugenio Suarez leading off the 5th inning. And here we are in the 6th, tied up. Ground ball up the middle. That ball is going to be into center field. And that's a base hit for young Mr. Senzel with 2 out in the inning. Joey Votto, triple RBI in the first, is fly to left and fly to left again.
I believe with Vogt behind the plate, I'm going to have to send Senzel here. He does not throw well, and Senzel can run.
He has 1 stolen base since being brought up from Louisville. Getting a pretty good lead against the holding Sandoval at the first base bag as Melanson comes set, holds, and pitches, and it's high, ball 1. Lino DeShields comes out of the first base coaching box, gets into the right ear of Senzel with a quick comment, and now hits back. Melanson studies Vogt. Senzel leading, Melanson pitching, and that's a strike. To even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Otto settling back into the box with a 1-1 count. Garrett will be facing the bottom third of their batting order in the lower half of the 6th. Pilar, Duggar, and I would imagine a pinch hitter. That's a line drive foul. Otto hitting it late and hitting it into the field level seats, but well up into them off the left field line. The count's 2 balls, 1 ball, and 2 strikes. Tomorrow, the last time the Reds will see the Giants in the regular year in 2019. And then they go home and play the Chicago Cubs for the first time this season on Tuesday night. Runner going, swing and a miss. That's a strikeout, and the inning is over. So Votto out on strikes as Senzel tried
here on the Reds Radio Network.
Covington police say 3 children were attacked by 3 men with knives last night, and a pilot in uniform arrested at a Kentucky airport for a triple murder. These stories in your forecast after the game on the home of the Reds, News Radio 700 WLW Cincinnati.
Garrett on for the 21st time, a 1-1 record, a 1.69 ERA.
Kevin Pillar will start it off against him. He who missed a game last night for the first time since becoming a San Francisco Giant. Had a run of almost 30 games in a row that was broken last night. Showed bunt, and that's a strike to him. Tonight has been robbed of a hit on a play by Suarez in the 2nd, and then singled and scored in the 4th inning. Robert Stevenson, 1 inning, All zeros, and Garrett thus becomes pitcher number 3 of the night. And the Giants burn the fires in their bullpen with still another right-hander up and loosening. 1 ball and 1 strike. Fans Play Ball is MLB's initiative to inspire all forms of baseball and softball participation, making play opportunities available and fun for everyone. To find a youth organization near you, go to playball.org/playballnearyou. And now it's a 2-1 count, and he almost threw that ball to the backstop. To the right-handed batting Pilar, the pitch on the way. And the bouncing ball by the mound. Charging is Iglesias. Flip on to first. He makes it look as easy as falling out of bed.
He's on that ball as soon as contact is made. All right, folks, it is time for Ask Marty.
Aye.
This is where we ask the Hall of Famer to give his thoughts on any subject. Sometimes it's baseball, sometimes it's not. But it's always presented by CBTS, and tonight's question comes from A.J. Nolman.
A.J., come on, pal.
The Giants are considering moving in the fences here at Oracle Park. What are your thoughts on this, and should the Reds push them back?
Well, you know, again, we go back to the same old thing. This game is all about home runs and strikeouts now, as Duggar shows bunt but takes a ball. I quite honestly, if the Giants brought the fences in, I'd be a little bit disappointed. I think there's so much uniqueness about this ballpark. To do that would probably take away from it some. I understand whoever manages this club next year, I would think, would want more offense. In fact, a home run that Longoria hit back in the first is only the 9th home run they've hit here at home all season. So I would not like to see it. As far as Cincinnati is concerned, I know we saw Philadelphia do it to reduce the number of home runs that were hit in that ballpark after it opened. That ball is out of play and behind third, a foul ball.
Yeah, where are you going to move them in Cincinnati? On the river?
No, the Phillies took seats out.
Oh, I got you.
That's what they did. They took 2 or 3 rows of seats out from wherever they started in left center field all the way to the left field foul line. I don't know whether they did it in right field or not, but they did it in left field. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Duggar. The pitch. And that one is a fly ball, and Senzel coming, and still coming, and a catch not made. It falls among the 3 of them as Winker and Senzel both go down. Senzel is in a seated position. Winker is on his hands and knees.
Well, they definitely clang together.
And both of them appear to be shaken up. 2 trainers are on their way out there along with David Bell. And now we will keep our fingers crossed and hope that everything is all right at the end of the day. Senzel is in a seated position, his hands for support back behind him on the grass. And now they're both up. And, well, I said they are.
Well, I think Senzel caught a knee in a rough spot.
Yeah, I think he did too. He apparently is okay, and apparently Jesse Winker's okay. And that's all that matters. When you see something like that, I mean, you have a feeling, unlike a lot of things that you'll see on a ball field, when 2 outfielders are coming hell-bent for catching a ball, and neither one of them willing to give. And fortunately, both appear to be okay. So that'll be a single for Duggar. And that's all he does is just hit and hit and hit some more. He's 3 for 3 tonight. And now Donovan Solano is going to step to the plate and pinch hit for Mark Melanson. Quick throw over. Solano was a pinch hitter in last night's game and struck out. Ball 1. Ninth hit of the game for the San Francisco Giants. Reds have had 8 hits. And it looks like the Reds bullpen will start up again. One of those nights here on a typically chilly night. Oracle Park in San Francisco, 2-0.
It's like that will be Michael Lorenzen moving to the bullpen now.
Well, boy, he sure was good last night. Infield looking for the ground ball. The outfield straight away. Duggar has a good lead, and now so much so that Garrett steps off and throws over. Now the Reds left-hander throws over again.
It's like Reyes Montoya throwing down in the Giants bullpen.
Moranta,
that's right.
Reds led by 3 runs. The Giants, there's a wild pitch all the way back to the screen. And on into scoring position goes Steven Duggar. So the plot thickens a little bit after that mistake.
That was a fastball.
What?
Yes.
That takes some doing right there. And he's behind in the count to this guy. 3 balls and no strikes. You talk about money from heaven. That's what the Giants will receive if Solano ends up walking. The pitch. And he did exactly that. Missed badly with a fastball. And with 1 out, the Giants are in business with runners at first and second. And pitching coach Derek Johnson making the walk out to the mound.
Looked like the Reds were paying so much attention to Duggar at first that Garrett lost a little bit of sight of the strike zone, especially with a guy like Solano at the plate.
Now he's got to face Joe Panik, who's 0 for 2, but his sac fly in the 4th inning gave what turned out to be a very short lead for the Giants. That cracked the 3-3 tie, and then Suarez led off the next inning with a long home run to left. Duggar at second, Solano at first. Giants have left 5 men on base tonight. The Reds have stranded 7. So really there have been opportunities for both sides that they've not been able to take advantage of. The Giants are hoping to change that right here.
Well, Lorenzen is ready, but you've got 2 left-handers in a row coming to the plate.
Now Garrett going to work. And he misses badly. I mean, when he misses badly. Rarely are they borderline pitches, and right now he's in one of those funks where he's missing all over the place and not even close. A giant threat here in the bottom of the 6th in a tie game. Garrett straightens up, lets it fly, and that's a strike. That big old boat out there in the bay with Hyundai written on the side ain't moved yet, has it?
It is loaded down,
I mean,
too.
big time.
It may not be able to move.
Runner coming to third, throw down to third base. He's out. Tucker Barnhart like it was shot out of a cannon, but I got to believe Bruce Bochy might take a look at that. Duggar doesn't want to vacate third base. He's standing there staring into the Giants dugout with his hands on his hips. This might be a San Francisco challenge, and it will be.
I think he's safe.
Manager Bruce Bochy gave the signal with hands cupped to each ear to say, put the headphones on and let's take a look at it. Barnhart made a heck of a throw.
Yeah, the throw definitely beat Duggar to the bag, but Duggar slid on the left field side of the bag. And when Suarez's tag came down, he had to bring it down and then sweep backwards. And by that point in time, Duggar had already gotten his foot in there.
They're going to change that decision. Now they get a close-up at the bag. I don't know. The tag was on his left knee. May not be as clear-cut as we first saw, or thought, rather. And the third base umpire made the call, crew chief Field and Culberth, along with the first base umpire, C.B. Buckner, and they're standing in the Reds on-deck circle, finding out what's up. Either way you cut it, it's going to be a big play. And now they're coming out from the headphones, and they are out.
Ooh, the Reds catch a break there. That's good.
I'm not so sure they caught him. Looked like the tag was on his left knee before he got his foot to the bag. Be that as it may, the Giants challenged the out decision. And in the replay center in New York City, they uphold that decision. So a big gamble by Steven Duggar that doesn't pay off.
I'm not sure that was a real smart base running move there.
Nope.
If you're going to take it, you better be darn sure you're going to make it.
And now it's a 2-2 count to Joe Panic. The biggest thing is that lead run is out of scoring position, and on top of that, it becomes an out.
Well, the reason that you don't run there is you've got a pitcher on the mound
Right.
that's struggling to throw strikes.
Now, Duggar's decision played right into the hands of the Reds without any question. And now, once again, all over the place is Amir Garrett. He's behind now, 3 balls and 2 strikes. And you got another left-handed batter coming up after Panic and Stephen Vogt. So like it or not, manager David Bell's going to have to hang, you would think, with a very wild Amir Garrett. The runner at first base takes off, and that pitch is fouled straight back. Fans no more need to eat out when you can enjoy the ultimate appetizer from home with JTM's new Craft House Creations beer, cheese, and pretzel bites. Find his favorite game day snack in your grocer's freezer. JTM, let's create great dishes together. One more time, the 3-2 to Panic, and it's bounced foul. Top that ball down to first. DeSclafani went 4. Stevenson a good 5th inning, and now Garrett trying to wiggle out of trouble with the help of a bad decision by the Giant base runner. Now the pitch, and it's ball 4. Stephen Vogt, the Reds taking some of this wind out of his sails so far tonight. He's 0 for 3. A strikeout and 2 ground outs, one to second and 1 to short.
He's going to be looking for that first pitch fastball.
Here's Garrett with a pause in the pitch, and it's high, ball 1. Well, if this inning continues past Vogt, you can bet the ranch you're going to see Michael Lorenzen.
This is his last batter any way you slice it.
You got Evan Longoria waiting on deck. Now the 1-0 pitch. That's a strike. Garrett did not pitch in last night's game. He worked 2/3 of an inning in the Thursday afternoon shutout win over the A's in Oakland. He has a 1-1 count on the left-handed batting vote, the big kick of the pitch, and a swing and a foul. And now he has a rare count advantage. Rare as far as this inning is concerned. He's ahead 1-2 strikes. Maranta thrown about all he needs to down in the Giant bullpen. He's playing the role of spectator.
As is Michael Lorenzen in the Reds bullpen.
Indeed. Reds 4, Giants 4, 2 men on, 2 men out. The pitch. Struck him out swinging, going down and away.
Well, W.
Giants head to the bullpen as they bring on right-hander Reyes Moranta. Reds have seen a good bit of this right-hander. And Bochy has gone to him quite a bit, the Giants manager. He comes on for the 16th time, a 1-2 record for Moranta and a 1.69 ERA. 30 strikeouts for the Giants right-hander in his 16 innings. And he will go to work against Eugenio Suarez. A 97-mile-an-hour fastball right over the outside corner, strike one. Suarez, Winker, and Yasiel Puig due up for the Reds as we are tied at 4 here in the 7th. And that's a breaking ball that gets right on the inside corner. No ball, 2 strike count. And the pitch to the plate. And a tapper foul down the third baseline. A breaking ball had Suarez lunging. Now the Reds have David Hernandez throwing in the bullpen after Lorenzen was up and ready. And Lorenzen threw a boatload in the pen. Moranta out of the stretch. Suarez waiting for another 0-2 pitch. And it misses off the outside corner and not by much. Fastball over the outside edge, just a bit high for home plate umpire Ben May. Now the 1-2, a quick pitch, and it bounces to the plate. Moranta normally kicks the knee up and a little bit of a turn. That time, instead of bringing his knee up, he just stepped to the plate and fired a 98-mile-an-hour fastball straight in the dirt. Now the 2-2. Hammered to left field, and that's going to head to the corner. Extra bases for Eugenio Suarez. He'll round first, he'll roll into second, and that's a leadoff double. Left an off-speed pitch over the plate, and Suarez made him pay for it. A backup breaking ball, and it stayed right down Broadway, and Suarez did not miss it. And now Jesse Winker stands in. Winker 1 for 3 tonight. He had a hit in his last at-bat. And now a chance to put the Reds on top. We are tied at 4. Hits are tied at 9 apiece. And here we are in the top of the 7th. Fastball way up and away. 1-0 count. Here to Winker hitting in the cleanup spot tonight. Both starters gone before the 5th inning. Samardzija for the Giants, DeSclafani for the Reds, and the changeup misses off the outside corner. It's 2-0. Suarez with a leadoff double takes his lead at second base. And Moranta trying to make a pitch here to Jesse Winker. A 2-ball, no-strike count. And Moranta forever looking in for a sign. And now time is called. And Moranta will step back off the backside of the rubber. And now he'll look back into Stephen Vogt. Moranta sets into the plate. Line drive into center field. Pilar's going to have it. Suarez starts to tag and stops, and a pretty good decision. Pilar got rid of that ball in a hurry. One down. Here's Yasiel Puig. Puig with a 2-run home run back in the first inning. Singled and stole a base in the third and struck out in the fifth. 2 for 3 here tonight. And a chance to put the Reds on top here. A little cat and mouse between Panic, the second baseman, and Eugenio Suarez at second base, and that pitch misses inside. 1-ball, no-strike count to Yasiel Puig. Giants have gone with a lot of fastballs to Puig, both in Cincinnati and here in Game 1 and 2 of this series. And another fastball all the way to the backstop. Puig swung at the baseball, and Stephen Vogt did not catch the ball. It hit off the edge of his glove, goes all the way to the backstop. And on to third is Suarez. So not exactly sure how they'll score that. Looked like the ball hit the edge of the mitt of Vogt, and it indeed is a pass ball. Moranta back to the plate, swing and a miss, and a fastball right on the inside corner at 97. That's exactly how Trevor Gott pitched Puig. He just came with hard fastballs, and Puig could not catch up. Moranta turns it loose, and he misses just off the inside corner. Moranta dialing up the velocity here to Puig. The last 2 pitches at 98 and 99. 1 a strike, 1 a ball. Two ball, 2 strike count. Moranta again cannot get on the same page with his catcher. Giants have brought the infield in after Suarez advanced to third on the pass ball. And now the Giants righty sets, he kicks, he deals. Swing and a miss. Fastball, strike 3, 2 down. Just cannot catch up to it. Here's Derek Dietrich. Dietrich 0 for 2 tonight. He did reach via the walk back in the third. And a fastball right down Broadway. Strike 1, 99-mile-an-hour heater from Reyes Moranta. Go-ahead run standing at third, but the Reds have got to figure out a way to get him home. The 0-1. Fly ball, shallow left center field. Here comes Williamson. He can't get it. That's going to be a base hit, and it's now a 5-4 Reds lead. It will go down as a rocket and an RBI in the books, but it was hit off the end of the bat, and neither Pilar nor Williamson could close the gap to get to the baseball, and Derek Dietrich has put the Reds on top by a run. And now Jose Iglesias steps to the plate. And a pick to first base sends Dietrich diving back into the bag. It was interesting by Moranta as the ball fell to the ground. He threw his hands up into the air. And again, Moranta and Vogt seemingly have never met each other. Giants righty checks Dietrich at first and to the plate. And a fastball strike over the inside corner. 0-1 count here to Iglesias. Huge RBI for the Reds at the moment from Derek Dietrich. And the pitch. Hit hard through the left. No, Longoria picks it as it looked like it got mine. And he makes the play up in. Hernandez on the mound. Jose Peraza coming on at second base as the Reds have a double switch. And Longoria stands in and takes a breaking ball strike over the outside corner. Hernandez out of the stretch. The pitch, swing and a foul at home plate into the mitt of the catcher Barnhart. No ball, 2-strike count. And strike 3 called. Fastball right over the outside corner, and Hernandez makes quick work of Evan Longoria. 1 down. So here's Pablo Sandoval. And Hernandez to the plate. First pitch swinging Sandoval. He fouls this one down the right field line. Bottom of the 7th inning, and it has been a whole lot of bullpen arms for both clubs. Pitch from Hernandez, fastball up and away, and Sandoval takes that to even the count at a ball and a strike. "5-4 Reds leading this one. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Good breaking ball down and in. And Sandoval comes up empty. DeSclafani started it. Robert Stevenson, Amir Garrett, and now David Hernandez here in the 7th. And another breaking ball. This time Sandoval lays off. Even the count back up to 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 down for the Reds righty here in the 7th. Hernandez with a pitch. Pulled foul into the 3rd deck. Well, you talk about being way out in front of a pitch. Sandoval was there. He hit that ball over the Reds dugout on the first base side, all the way up into the 3rd deck. Just a long, loud strike. Another 2-2 pitch from Hernandez. Here it is. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. 2 down. Good fastball from Hernandez, up and away, and he puts Sandoval in the books. Mac Williamson, 1 for 3 today, steps to the plate. Single to left. He has lined out and flied out to Yasiel Puig in right field. Swing and a miss, chasing a high fastball there, up and out of the strike zone. And again, Hernandez ahead in the count. Barnhart sets on the outside corner. And the breaking ball just off the outside edge. One count here to Williamson. And again, Barnhart on the outside corner. And that pitch is called a ball. 2 ball, 1 strike count. A good fastball down and away from Hernandez. He didn't quite get it. The pitch. Swing and a miss. And another breaking ball. And Hernandez really working the bottom of the strike zone down and away from Mac Williamson. Every pitch has been out there. And they're going out there again. The 2-2. Strike 3 called. Fastball right at the bottom of the strike zone. And this time, Hernandez. Left-hander Tony Watson will come out of the Giants bullpen, and he'll get Jose Peraza to begin things.
First at-bat of the night for Peraza, part of the double switch the Reds made in the last inning. And the pitch from the left-hander Watson is taken outside. So Reyes Moranta, an inning, 2 hits, a run. He had a strikeout. Pass ball was critical in that inning. Charged against Stephen Vogt. Now the 1-0 coming. Popped him up. On the infield, third baseman Longoria calling and got it. 1 out. Here's Tucker Barnhart, who's walked and struck out twice. Western and Southern Financial Group wants to strike out cancer all season long. Every time a Reds pitcher strikes out a batter, Western and Southern will make a donation to the Barrett Cancer Center. As Western and Southern says, when it comes to fighting cancer, we are all in this one together. Fastball in, strike 1 call. Apparently, David Hernandez will go back out in the bottom of the 8th. He'll be facing Brandon Crawford, Kevin Pillar, and Steven Duggar. Call strike 2, and Tucker didn't like that call. That pitch looked high. Play umpire Ben May says strike, and it's 0-2. Foul ball down the right side, bending out of play. Fans, fetch a ticket for you and your dog to one of the 3 remaining Bark in the Park games on Tuesday, May 14th, presented by Rachel Ray Nutrish, Milkbone, and Kroger. Enjoy pet activities and a pregame parade around the field. For tickets, that's this coming Tuesday night. Visit reds.com/bark.
Did you say fetch a ticket?
Fetch a ticket.
I like that.
You know about fetching now.
Yes, I do.
0-2 the count. They don't say fetch out here.
No.
The pitch. High, a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, I never did not get to the Cajun restaurant. I know Pick went today and raved about it.
It was pretty good.
Well, I believe it. Here's a line drive right at Crawford. 2 men up, 2 men down. Nick Senzel, 1 for 3. Had a base hit in the 6th inning, walked back in the 1st. And he has scored a run. This has been a night for relief pitching. Both starting pitchers went 4 innings. DeSclafani and Samardzija, then Trevor Gott, Mark Melancon, Reyes Moranta. He's a pitcher of record at the moment. And Tony Watson for the Giants. The Reds have had Stevenson and Garrett and now Hernandez. Apparently breaking his bat. Nick Senzel, the bad boy, hustling down under to get a new one. And
back-to-back batters.
Yeah.
Drops that changeup down and away, and the bat gets out there. You hit it off the end, you're going to have another one.
Senzel settling back in with a 1-0 count. 5-4, the Reds lead it here in the top of the 8th. The pitch. Swung on and popped up. It'll be second baseman Panic's ball to play, and he does to end the inning. The Reds are out in order. Giant turn end as the Reds lead by a run and a swing and a miss by the Giant shortstop. Left-hander Will Smith heading down to the Giant bullpen to get ready just in case. And Wandy Peralta is up and throwing in the Reds bullpen. That one is swung on and missed, and very quickly Hernandez gains the advantage with a count of 0 strikes. So a left-hander warming up in each bullpen here in the bottom of the 8th. 2 strikes-0, hurling it to the plate, and a check swing roller foul. A defensive swing by Brandon Crawford to hang around. He's 1 for 3 tonight. This reminder, cheer on the Redlegs when they take on the Dodgers in a 3-game series beginning next Friday night. That's May 17th, presented by Kroger. Enjoy a post-game fireworks show presented by Nathan's Famous. Catch the action for as low as $12. Visit Reds.com/150 next Friday night. The Reds and the Dodgers at Great American Ballpark. And drive foul down beyond the third base dugout. The stretch by Hernandez and out of the plate. Swing and a miss. That's 4 straight strikeouts for David Hernandez. He fanned the side in the 7th inning and now starts the 8th out with a punch out. That'll bring up Kevin Pillar, who's 1 for 3. We will revisit now a Cincinnati Bell trivia question from back in the 2nd. Who was the first Giant to win the National League Rookie of the Year award? A, Dick Bartell, B, Monty Irvin, or C, Willie Mays? Strike. You said Monty Irvin.
I'm staying with it.
You sure about that?
No, but I'm going to stay with my answer.
Okay. Do you have a feeling that it could be somebody else?
I'm not really having a feeling that it's Monty Irvin, but I'm going with it.
You ready for the answer?
I am.
The answer was the obvious answer.
Bartell?
No, Willie Mays. Hall of Famer Willie Mays, the first Giant to win Rookie of the Year honors, chosen as the NL's top rookie in 1951. High fly ball, center field. Senzel got it. 2 out. See, once again, they throw in that guy like Dick Bartell.
Did you know that one?
No.
I didn't either, obviously.
Obviously.
I didn't either.
Here's Steven Duggar. All he's done is hit, whether it's playing in the chilly temperatures of San Francisco or back at Great American Ballpark. He had a ton in that series, and tonight he has singled, he has tripled in 2 runs, and he has singled again. But he had a bonehead play as he takes the first pitch strike when he tried to steal third in the 6th inning, and Tucker Barnhart and Eugenio Suarez hooked up to shoot him down, and that's right now one of the big, if not the biggest play as far as the Giants are concerned. There's a swing and a miss. And very quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. Trying to get the side out in order for the second inning in a row. And Wandy Peralta continues to throw in the Reds bullpen.
Just in case that man on deck comes to the plate. That would be Brandon Belt.
Yes, it would. Struck him out swinging, and what a 2-inning stint turned in by David Hernandez. Wow. We go to the top of the ninth. The Reds still lead by
100 WLW.
Left-hander Will Smith, the Giants closer, comes out of the bullpen. Reds trying to add to their 5-4 lead, but they'll have to do it against the number 1 left-hander out of the Giants pen.
Indeed. He'll be going to work on the number 2 batter in the Reds batting order, and Joey Votto, who will lead things off here in the 9th inning. Tony Watson pitched at 1-2-3-8, and now it's another left-hander and Will Smith in the 9th. And Votto takes ball 1 inside, and Raisel Iglesias has gotten up to throw, not surprisingly, in the Reds bullpen. That's a strike. Tonight's game brought to you by the aggressively sophisticated Toyota Highlander, a real team player with plenty of room and comfort for your whole family. For all Toyota offers, go to buyatoyota.com. 1 ball and 1 strike to the waiting Votto. That's a call, strike 2. Joey tripled back in the first to knock in a run, and since that time has flied to left twice and struck out. And he's behind in the count right now, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Way inside, 2-2. The way things stand right now, Amir Garrett would win it. Reyes Moranto would be the losing Giants pitcher. And that one is lifted to left, and Mac Williamson will put it away. Eugenio Suarez has had 2 hits, a home run and a double his last 2 times up after being a night striking out and flying out. Wondering about the Giant 9th inning. They're going to have, in all likelihood, Brandon Belt leading it off. He was in the on-deck circle when Duggar struck out to end the 8th. Then it'll be Joe Panik, and then it'll be Stephen Vogt. Call strike. So you're going to have 3 straight left-hand batters come to the plate to hit off of Raisel Iglesias.
If you're the closer, it shouldn't matter.
Nope. Eric Kratz, by the way, behind the plate catching now.
Just got called back up today.
Yes, he did. The pitch. Ground ball up the middle and picked by Joe Panik, and the throw on to first to get the second out of the inning. Will Smith swatted at it. That was all. But the play made by Panik, and they're 2 down in the 9th. Kyle Farmer summoned off the bench now to pinch hit for Jesse Winker. And he was called off the bench to pinch hit in last night's game and delivered with an RBI base hit in that 3-run 9th inning. 5-4, Reds lead, 2 out in the top of the 9th. Farmer takes strike 1. The 0-1 pitch. In the air, but out of play. Well, back in the seats off the right field line above the Reds bullpen. No balls and 2 strikes. Reds attempting to win a third game in a row. Ground ball fielded by Crawford. Plenty of time, and he'll throw him out.
The Reds coming out of the Reds bullpen. Iglesias coming on for the 18th time. And he'll be looking for his 8th save. He'll get Aramis Garcia to begin things.
That he will. Garcia, right-hand batter. You got Michael Lorenzen now, by the way, playing left field. Garcia has had but 2 at-bats since being brought back from AAA Sacramento without a hit. He's a right-hand batter, and he takes a first pitch strike. Trying to notch his 10th save of the season is Iglesias, as the ball is fouled out of play, and it's now no balls and 2 strikes. Joe Panik waiting in the on-deck circle, and the wind-up in the pitch. And a swing and a miss, and he struck him out on 3 pitches. Reds pitchers have struck out 7 out of the last 8 San Francisco Giants hitters, starting with Stephen Vogt in the 6th inning. Longoria, Sandoval, Williamson back-to-back versus Hernandez in the 7th. Crawford struck out in the 8th. Pilar flied out. Then Duggar struck out. And now Garcia's fan to begin the night. It's a 1-ball, no strike count on Panik as the Giant bullpen will start to get busy again. Swing at a miss, and it's a ball, a strike.
Brandon Belt has moved out in the on-deck circle again.
There's a call strike, 1-2. Kind of interesting that Bruce Bochy opted not to lead him off, instead sending the right-handed batting Garcia, who was clearly overmatched. That's fouled back, and it enables Panik to hang around with the count staying at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Iglesias studies. And now brings it back up there. And it's a ground ball to the right side. Votto waits to get it. Now he'll underhand to Iglesias. And the Giants are down to their final out. 32,829 show up for tonight's Titanic struggle. 32,829. And the Giants have no more wiggle room. 2 outs. And Brandon Belt stands in to bat. Outfield is straight away, and Puig is very deep in right field. Here's a pitch to Belt, a swing and a miss, and he was trying to tune that swing up. And Iglesias threw it by him, 0-1. Just inside, started around, and in the opinion of third base umpire Fielding Kelbreth, he checked his swing. Even the count on the left-handed batter, the man who normally plays first base for the Giants. Brandon Belt, the break-even pitch, and it's in there for strike 2 call. Giant fans not happy about the decision rendered by Ben May, but the fact of the matter is it's a ball and 2 strikes. And now the right-hander of the Reds with a wind, the kick, and the pitch. And he struck him out swinging. And this one belongs to the Reds. Cincinnati has won 3 in a row as they knock off the Giants in the second game of this three-game series. They get them by a run tonight. The final